Hello guys, how are you doing? Here with you Anna Tutova, co-founder of Coins Telegram, and our guest Tomasz Wojewoda, who is BD at BNB Chain, one of the most active layer ones, and he will tell us more about the recent news of BNB Chain, such as, for example, Greenfield mainnet launch, the new layer 2, and as well some more stuff. But let's start first with getting to know Tomasz more. And Tomasz, can you tell us how did you discover crypto first, and how did you get involved in the industry?
Yeah, Anna, thank you. Excited to be here and happy to share more. So like many of us, I started with crypto by mining. So I started mining Bitcoin in 2017. And then that led me to discover DeFi in 2019, 2020. And at that point, I was hooked. I had a career in business development, but by being involved in crypto, I ended up running a BD team at Chainlink Labs, where I grew that organization from 80 projects to about 1,600. And then after that, I joined Scroll, where I helped them launch. And now I'm here at BNB Chain running the BD team.
That's nice. So, what are your first impressions of working since you started recently working with BNB team? How is the atmosphere?
Yeah, good question. I mean, I think the opportunity for BNB Chain is massive. It's a leading chain by many metrics, such as daily active users or the number of verified contracts. It also has multiple products that we will talk about, right? Like BNB Smart Chain, like opBNB and Greenfield, and all of these products are integrated into like one BNB, one solution, or one platform for developers, and that I think is very, very exciting.
Yeah, so let's talk about some features of BNB chain. And for example, security is paramount concern in blockchain. So can you tell us what security measures and best practices are implemented in BNB chain?
Yeah, so security is paramount, and it's very important to us and our community, right? We believe that in order for Web3 to grow, security is paramount, right? That's why we innovate with things like opBNB and Greenfield, and we are establishing an infrastructure for developers to build on. A couple examples, really interesting examples that I think set BNB apart. Avenger DAO is a community-run API that brings together all ecosystem partners to protect BNB users. We deter malicious actors. We raise awareness about safety and security in the ecosystem, and encourage further, blockchain adoption and safe practices. So Avenger DAO is really exciting for me. This and different. The second one is Dab Bay. Dab Bay is a place where BNB projects have an opportunity to showcase their dApps, their decentralized applications. It's a bit of a Web3 dApp store where people can safely explore dApps on BNB chain. So people can discover dApps, they can look at ranking, analytics, campaigns, airdrops, and it's a place where basically low risk and trustworthy apps are featured. We also feature Red Alarm, which basically is a tool that updates the community every Friday with projects that are potentially risky. So combining Avenger DAO, DAppBay with Red Alarm, and also a risk scanner brings additional layers of security and trustworthiness to BNB chain.
Yeah, thank you for sharing these projects and features with us in the BNB Chain ecosystem. And as well, you recently launched opBNB, the layer 2 on OP stack for BNB Chain. So why was there a decision to launch a layer 2? And can you share some insights into the development process and how it can benefit developers in the blockchain ecosystem?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So on Binance Smart Chain, we are hosting a major players in games. We are also hosting a number of high frequency applications that have high frequency transactions. On BSC chain, we have over 1 million daily active users, and these users have asked for lower gas fees, more cost-effective gas fees, and a faster network. And that's why we deliver opBNB. It's basically our innovation, expanding, scaling Binance Smart Chain, and it delivers lower gas fees, higher block gas limits, which basically contribute to more stable gas fees as transactions scale, and high transaction limits. You also asked about some insights into development process, right? And how can it benefit developers in our blockchain system? Look, it's basically opBNB is for the applications that require low cost and high frequency transactions. That's what we have built it for. In terms of recruiting and getting projects and developers interested in opBNB, we have a number of programs, right? So we have non-monetary support via Kickstart, as well a liquidity program, which is important to many dApps. In terms of monetary support, there are builder grants, there are gas grants, and there is also the MVP, the most valuable builder program. We have technical support, developer tutorials, dedicated technical support, as well extensive documentation that our developers can access. And finally, I've already spoken about the dApp Bay. dApp Bay definitely helps with security, but also is a great place for applications and developers to showcase what they have built. And through that, we can work with them for users to discover these apps. Of course, the rankings, analytics, campaigns, airdrops, giving campaigns, etc., can be done through dApp Bay. So we have fantastic support for developers and a fantastic chain for the new type of apps that require high performance, large amount of transactions, and low cost.
Mm-hmm. And where do you see currently the most activity? What type of apps are currently the most popular among developers to build?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone knows, heard about Friendtech, right? So we clearly that social-fi is super exciting. Gaming is not slowing down. Building games takes a long time, but a lot of games are being built and many games are being deployed. Many of them already are operating on BSC, and we are seeing massive interest from games, from social apps, from payment providers, in opBNB, where those transactions that are half of a cent, half of a penny, are important, as well the speed. Right now, our block times are approximately 1 second, so users get that immediate feedback, immediate transaction confirmation when they interact with opBNB.
Yeah, the low fees and the speed of transactions, one of the main features for the users to go on this or that chain. And as well, BNB Chain launched Box in August 2022, last year. So could you explain in more detail how this Box aim to enhance security and compatibility with other EVM blockchains?
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite technically detailed, and I don't want to bore everyone with the exact details. But think of the forks in two cohorts. The first one was our Plato hard fork, where we introduced a BIP 126, and that one focused on delivering fast finality to BSC, to the BNB Smart Chain. And fast finality is important for users so they don't have to doubt if their transaction is actually going to be committed to the blockchain forever. It's definitely very important for payments and for security of the blockchain, right? Once your transaction confirms, you want to be 100% sure that that transaction is actually really confirmed. And then you can continue, let's say you're depositing money into an application, then you can continue trading or executing transactions that rely on the fact that everything prior to your transaction is actually going to be committed. So finality is very important, and that's what we introduced with the Plato hardware. The other one is, clearly one of the benefits of Binance Smart Chain is the compatibility with EVM, with the Ethereum virtual machine. And Ethereum has delivered the London and Berlin upgrades to the EVM. And in order to retain that, that compatibility that our developers love, we've implemented these upgrades on BSC. Right, so we've ported the Berlin upgrades, and it's BEP 225, BEP 229, 230, 231, as well as the London upgrades in 227, 226, 228, and 212. So 2 cohorts, basically finality, which again is super important to have, and allows us to finalize transactions within 2 blocks, which is a significant improvement, and basically it delivers the financial security to our chain.
Yeah, and let's discuss as well one of your main recent developments products, BNB Greenfield. You just recently went on mainnet, and BNB Greenfield, for those who are not aware, it's described as leader in programmable storage. So can you elaborate on how the decentralized data storage system and economy function, and what sets it apart from other storage solutions like many people know about Filecoin, Airweave, etc. So how are you different?
Yeah, good question. And that one is a longer answer because we have innovated here greatly. So first of all, we've been testing BNB Greenfield on testnet with all of our providers as well, end users, and our community for the last 6 months. We've connected to 150,000 unique wallet addresses, and we've garnered massive support from the ecosystem. Basically, the way we operate is that the decentralized SPs, network storage providers, help with data management by having a primary storage provider role that both simplifies uploading the data to the storage provider and downloading it. It ensures fast and user-friendly uploads. User-friendly meaning that we support a restart capability, right? That saves bandwidth. If your upload stops, you're able to restart it. You don't have to start from the beginning. And we also provide very stable and high-speed downloads. In addition to that, our SPs also have a meta service which enables high-performance search on the data on the files that have been uploaded. During the development and testing, we've of course run many stress tests, and during that time we saw uplinks or uploads reaching 30 megabytes per second and downloads reaching 300 megabytes per second, which are really large numbers, especially when compared to our traditional competition. So each SP is able to upload 30 files per second. Greenfield is able to connect or speak to Binance Smart Chain, and that's where it has basically a programmable layer of smart contracts, right? So you have the combination of smart contracts as well that storage capability.
So,
In terms of, go ahead.
yeah, can you share maybe some data? How many users, already applications do you have on Greenfield? Maybe you can share some real world use cases for the usage and how businesses and individuals can leverage this decentralized data storage system for various applications.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll go through the users. The thing that I think I want everyone to understand, that the reason that we are able to support these users and these use cases is that we are delivering a next level of performance that has not been seen in this space. The 30 megs uplink, the 300 meg download, that's very important. As well with BSC, we allow for that atomic integration, atomic composability, where basically BSC with the metadata, smart contracts, can orchestrate the data in our storage providers. In terms of use cases and users, we are seeing a lot of these still develop. The 5 that we have seen quite a bit is decentralized hosting, right? So there is, I think with advent of AI and in general, as the world wakes up to the benefits of decentralization, companies or organizations like Foreverland are starting to offer decentralized cloud computing, and Foreverland is relying on Greenfield to deliver decentralized storage. So hosting is one example. The other one is knowledge economy or pay for knowledge platforms. So Codex Field is building on Greenfield to provide developers with decentralized code management capabilities and monetize the rights to code. The third one is IP infrastructure for AIGC content. So blockchain-based infrastructure for open tracking, licensing, and remixing of content. NFT prompt allows users to transform their creative prompts into AI-generated NFTs. Of course, using Greenfield. What else are we seeing? Data management solutions. So secure storage for personal data. Code, AI data sets, with decentralized sharing control, right? So one of the benefits of Greenfield is that you can apply security rules on the files, on the data that you're storing, and these data management solutions require that. And a use case example is Rido. They provide dynamic storage capabilities for Greenfield. And then we are also seeing content monetization ecosystems, so the social part. So we're facilitating decentralized social networking, blogging, and content for creators and projects, right? So StoryChain uses the power of language AI and image AI to generate content with the possibility of monetization on BNB Greenfield. Those are the cases that we have seen, that we have identified so far. But I think as people discover the potential for combining smart contracts and the smart automation on chain with unlimited data storage capabilities and very high performance, I think the use cases and the applications that will be built are going to be amazing, are going to be breathtaking.
And do you think that Ava vaults data, like both data of individuals and businesses, will be stored only on decentralized storage networks, not on centralized systems?
With every advent of technology, there is a long transition time. I think we who are building this technology, we see the benefits of it, and we think that people will transition to it quicker. But they probably will take their time. It will take a while to move the exabytes of data that are being stored in centralized cloud providers to something that's decentralized. but I think it will happen. And every day people are, realizing the benefits of decentralized apps. They are realizing the benefits of smart contracts, automation, and I think data storage is very close behind. The big differentiator for Greenfield is that it's integrated with a smart contract platform, right? So not only have decentralized storage, but you're able to orchestrate that via smart contracts and automation and smart contract logic. And that is a fundamental shift. That is a massive upgrade to what we've had thus far.
Yeah, I agree with you. And can you provide as well insights into the governance model enhancements that you're focusing on within the BNB ecosystem, and how can they contribute to its growth and stability?
Yeah. So look, BSC is slightly different than other chains. It's a proof of stake authority blockchain, and it utilizes on-chain governance, right? Over time, that governance will be built into the blockchain and executed right as it happens. Right now, we are relying on BNB Beacon Chain to enable governance logic, right? There are three or four stages to our governance process, right? Basically, people can propose, and that's where they have to deposit a stake and propose a proposal, and anyone can do that. The cost is relatively low; it's 1 BNB, and then you have to garner support from community to deposit 2,000 BNB to approve the proposal. After that happens, we move to the voting stage, and in the voting stage, there is a set of rules where basically people have to vote yes, no, or abstain, and then at the very end there's the tallying and the execution stage, right? So if something, if a proposal gets approved, then it gets executed. I don't know if I want to share, bore you with all the rules, right? But more than 50% of the stake voters have to vote. More than 50% of the majority tokens that participated, excluding abstain, must have voted yes. And then there's also ability to veto. If 33.4% veto, then the proposal it's vetoed, right? Once we pass all of these conditions, the upgrade will take effect automatically to the whole network. And that's how we are seeing Binance Smart Chain evolve today. So that's on the Binance Smart Chain side. The Greenfield blockchain also has governance process to select validators and to select service providers. There's also a provisional governance framework that provides, the structure for sustainable and democratic governance to basically evolve. This on-chain process will select validators and will select service providers.
And can you share as well some upcoming plans for the development of BNB ecosystem, BNB Chain?
What I'm really excited about is the integrated platform that we are delivering to developers, right? So we have the L2 in opBNB, high performance, low cost. We have the time-proven, commercial-ready Binance Smart Chain, which has over 1 million users and large amounts of TVL. And then we have Greenfield that supports both of these chains with an unlimited high-performance storage solution, right? So if you weave these parts together, you can start building really interesting, really exciting applications that compose across these features, right? So our growth, our attention will focus on this new use case that can now utilize the power of unlimited high-performance storage with smart contracts, with blockchains. We think that that's very differentiated and very exciting for the industry.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. And today we have probably quite a good day for the market. Bitcoin reached again 30K. So can you share some your thoughts about the state of the current market? And when can we expect, in your opinion, the next bull run? And how do you see the market generally from both from the prices side and as well from the developer activity?
Yeah, look, we are building, right? The amount of innovation that BNB and frankly the entire industry, the ecosystem is delivering, it's breathtaking. It's been relatively nice for us to be able to focus on building, on delivering things like opBNB, Greenfield. The excitement in the world around payments, real world assets, institutions coming on chain is there. We are working with everyone. The foundation's there, and I think when the markets are ready, when people are ready, there will be a next wave of excitement that's going to come out of all the innovation. Right now, we are just focused on building that awesome foundation. But once the markets are ready, the foundation is really strong now. It's better than ever.
Yeah, it's important to build the foundation during the bear markets to have some solid products during bull markets, so people start using those.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, if you remember, blockchains became congested, gas fees were very expensive. The foundation that we have built right now will ensure that that doesn't happen. We have large amount of capacity, users of BSC that need lower costs, higher throughput, can start utilizing opBNB, and then composability with storage is game changing. So we are ready.
Yeah, thank you for such interesting conversation. It was interesting to know your views on the market and as well about the latest developments with BNB Chain.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.